good? Maloni, welcome to Blood, Sweat and TalanoaPodcast, episode 8. BST is a podcast with three guys from Porirua talking about health and well-being through a number of perspectives, sharing some of our life experiences and personal journeys, and always looking to engage. So please like and join our Blood, Sweat and Talanoa page as we look to build our community together. My name is Te Ho, and I'm here with my two brothers, Tiare and Shane. Kia ora, talofa lava. How are we doing tonight, guys?
Yeah, kia ora, welcome.
Yeah, Maloni, te au, we're looking good. And Tiale, you kick us off, introduce our guest for this evening.
Yeah, all good. Yeah, no, we have our guest here sitting next to me on my left side, on the right side. Kia ora, tēnā koe, Tom.
Kia ora.
Pea koe.
Meitaki.
Meitaki, awesome. Hey, Tom, before we get started, I'll get you to share your mihi and then we'll continue from there.
Okay. Kia ora koutou. Ko Tom Snow, toko ingoa. He huri tēnei o Te Atiawa me ngā, mō tere o Kuki Airini, he hononga taku kia Ngāti Tōhoki, e tipu ake au ki Porirua.
Kia ora.
Kia ora, Tom. So, those that don't know who Tom is, you'll probably see on our link on the bottom there. We have added his snowy lifts and for Instagram. Tom's a current World Powerlifting IPF, which is International Powerlifting Federation champion, and also regional champions, as in championship as in New Zealand and your regionals. So it's an honour to have him here tonight with us to share his journey. I also like to acknowledge Tom for sharing his mihi with us, because his dad is from the island of Atu, Inua Manu, and his mum's from the Taranaki. Yeah. And it's great to hear where you're from and sharing your whānau. So I guess I'll ask you, how did you get into powerlifting, Tom?
Okay, so I think it was just after lockdown 2020. I was just going to the gym, City Fitness. Decided to build muscle, because at that stage my daughter was turning 16 in a couple of years, and I wanted to.
You want to be a big guy?
I wanted to, these college boys can be a bit cocky, and
Yeah, that's right.
I wanted to just make sure that they could see me and know that she is a dad that doesn't muck around.
One, bro. Fair enough.
And my daughter actually appreciated it because it sort of helped her get through, and having me there supported with her mum as well. But that's where it started at City Fitness, and then out of nowhere, Tiari showed up at City Fitness. I thought it was about, it was just after lockdown, and he was doing rehab for your hip, eh? Yeah.
So I just had my operation replacement.
Yeah, that's right. And I just remember walking up to him and just having a corridor, and I was just floating around doing whatever I wanted at the gym, really, just like everyone else down there, pretty much. Didn't know, just bench, curls,
Oh, you're doing the pretty man stuff.
Yeah, curls for the girls or whatever, or for the beach, eh? But and then I hit him up and said, "Look, hey, you keen to train?" And then I think we started a couple of weeks later, eh?
Yeah, it would have been probably September 2021. Yeah,
and I think from there he noticed that I could actually lift some weights with a bit of guidance, and
No, I could
Next
see
thing-
the potential, mate. I could see.
And then
this
I remember
guy.
him saying that, I think you should enter a comp. Out of nowhere, I have entered you in a comp. And then from there on, it was a powerlifting comp. And from then on, it was just carry on.
So I remember those the first day we met, because my goal, because I used to train at 318 Club prior to having my hip replacement. And I thought, oh no, I'll go to Seth Fitness because they had just a little bit more cardio stuff. That's what I wanted to do, is cardio. And that was, then I seen you come home. I was like, "What does this fella want?" And then that's like you said. You approached me. You said, "Oh, guys, can you help me?"
Get some
Sorry about that.
guidance.
There's some background there going on here. Can maybe my washing machine? I can hear it next door. Anyway, so
We can't hear your washing machine. Keep going.
oh, okay. I told him to. No. So Tom approached me at the gym there at City Fit in Paraparaumu, and we got onto the basics first. I just said, "Oh, what can you lift?" "Oh yeah, okay." We just did a few sets there, and then I put a program together for the first. I think we did a 6-week program, and then I could see the potential in this guy here. I was like, "Shit, this fella, he can lift. We'll go heavier and heavier."
No
And then out of the
crybabies,
blue, that's when he said, "Oh, I've entered you in the powerlifting comp, which was a novice comp. It was in November 2021, your first comp then."
Yeah.
And then prior to going to that comp, we were wearing these t-shirts. It's called the Throwdown Squad. Oh, is it Throwdown?
Yep.
Yeah. I sort of broke down. Throwdown Squad, which is my sister Marae Akavi. It's her Marae
Oh, wow.
Akavi Tiopera. It's her branding, and she supported us with t-shirts and all that.
Yeah,
jazz
from day one. Yeah,
from day one. So
Tiari just showed up at the gym and, hey, look, my sister's made this for us, or she's given these to us, all these different colours.
yeah.
And ever since then, I've just repped it every comp.
Mm.
And
So your first comp, how did you feel about your first comp?
the first comp, I think I got the bug straight away. Just enjoyed,
Yep.
obviously, the program that was in front of me. It was there was a bit of structure. I had to have a bit of discipline to actually just follow through, and just follow the program and no crybabies, as I was always told, because
Don't cry, no cry, baby.
every week it got heavier and heavier, and
Whoa.
you tend to enjoy that. Well, I did anyway, because even though I didn't sort of see any results, everyone else sort of did after a while, and it took time, but it wasn't always about that. It was just about,
Small
hanging with the
increments.
cuz.
Small increments,
Yeah,
mate.
that too. But hanging with the cuz,
Yeah.
and just doing something that we both enjoyed. It got him out of his lazy zone and off the cardio machine, and got him pushing me.
Man.
Yeah, I was trying
Big ups to Marae, eh?
Yeah, big ups to my sister, yeah.
Yeah.
For
John
showing
Marae.
us- yeah.
Out of the lifts, Tom, what do you see as your real strength in terms of deadlift, bench, and squat?
I actually love my bench press. It has gone up over the
Yeah,
years.
man.
My squat is it's sort of not tapered out, but I sort of still working on that one. But my bench press has gone up about 30, 35, 40 kgs.
Whoa.
So I'm
Well, we asked, so what are you lifting in each of those lifts?
So on the squat at the moment, I'm at 217.5 recorded. I can actually do a little bit more, but in a comp, they got me for depth, so I couldn't get the 225 at nationals. My bench press in a comp is 162.5, and my deadlift is 260,
Whoa.
256, sorry. But in the gym, my squat is still 217, and my bench is 172.5, and my
Wow.
deadlift is 260.
Yeah, man.
So
Strong.
just got to be able to do that on the platform in a competition now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which we'll lead on to what's happening in the next few weeks, I guess. So taking up powerlifting, I mean, obviously, how did you get around the? You spoke about being disciplined. You've always been disciplined. Eh? You've done other sports.
Yeah, I've done other sports. So I've always loved running around, playing rugby, tag, touch. Still play that on a seasonal basis.
You represented New Zealand.
New Zealand Barbarians with a lot of the Poro boys down there. We always train at Ascot Park. So when we represent NZ, it's always as the Barbarians, not the Tag Blacks. And we go away for nationals every year for Wellington as well, and that's always in Auckland. And we do pretty good.
And
For a bunch of old fellas in the 35s and 40s.
Yeah.
So it's just, we all just love getting away with the boys and brothers. It's tag's just the other part of it.
Yeah.
But it's just running around and trying not to get injured. But sometimes it happens.
During our training sessions. When we were training, I tried to tell you to stop playing.
Yeah. Because I'd always probably tweak a hammy or a calf muscle,
which will stuff up the training.
Yeah, just slow it down a little bit, which is good with me.
Well, I mean, having played sort of tag, touch, and a number of those sports that you played, is there anything that you take from those sports into your powerlifting?
Yeah, so a bit of the mindset of just getting it done, showing up for, regardless of how you feel. You've got to actually just show up, because once you get there, you're on. So regardless, if you feel, sometimes you feel like you don't want to show up, and you just you send the message, can't be bothered, or whatever, you make up some excuse. But I always just made an effort, be disciplined, and just show up, and just take that with you, because you're not only not letting yourself down, but you're sort of disappointing everyone else that's sort of there to train with you or train with.
Yeah.
And that's part of it, that camaraderie as well. Didn't want to leave this guy by himself at the gym either.
I had the other fellow that was turning up. Hey, so to be honest, your results after that first novice comp back in 2021 in November, you carried on, and we carried on the following year, and then we had probably another 3 or 4 comps during that year, 2022, and then from there on, you just kicked everyone's ass from there on, eh?
Wow,
pretty much.
Just showed up at
you'll take out your division, and overall, that's what you were doing. So, to me as a coach, it was like, not bad. But I only learned from my previous coach. What he taught us was the basics.
Well, when I play, or when I enter anything, I want to commit to it 100%, and that's part of it. Just being mentally prepared to just do what it takes to be the best at what you can do. And I wanted to not just be strong, but be the strongest there for my weight class.
What is your weight class?
I'm in the 83 kg Masters class, M1. So I'm an M1 powerlifter for the 83 class. But out of that, because of my weight and the amount of weight I can lift, I can take out overall against all those other heavier lifters who are actually bigger and can probably squat and deadlift a little bit more. But I think because of my bench is quite big, that's where it gets me over the line over these other powerlifters.
Because the scoring they call it Wilks.
Yeah, Wilks. Yeah.
You have to go online and read it.
It's based on your weight and points,
body weight.
Weight and how much you can lift at the same time. So, and that calculates to a certain score. And at the end of it, after all your lifts,
So how did you enjoy my coaching anyway?
Yeah, hey, well, you told me not to cry about anything.
Hey?
Told me not to cry about anything. No cry babies.
Squeeze the bar.
Hey, it was always a different program every block. So the 6 to 10 week block that we did, it was always a different one. It was never repetitive. It was never getting, it was always going to be something different to work on, but working on the same thing, if you know what I mean. So it was enjoyable, because it was never always the same thing. The weight was always going up every week, and then the program would change after that certain block. So I've still got the Bible.
Oh yeah, the Bible. Yeah. So
my son's actually picked it up now, and he's looking at it and he's going, and he looked at the date and he goes, "Oh, sheesh, Dad, you've been lifting this weight for how long?"
Yeah.
So he's actually taken on that, and he's joined City Fitness, and he's got.
I've seen him there. I'll ride in my bike. But what he means by the Bible is that we start off with a book, just like a refill. Or I'll print out the program. We glue it all in, and you start writing your results on there and what you've done. That so, for example, it was tonight's training. So bench International Day.
Yeah, International Bench Day. Yeah,
we'll write down how many sets you've done. So then you come back the next following week for the next bench session. You'll see what you've done because it's easy to forget. But nowadays, this fella's on a phone now. It's all on the phone.
Yeah, so I'm actually been on board with Apex Performance. Jordan Jennings, the new coach now. Lydia was, I've jumped on with her and her coach. So his program, he's in Auckland, so he sends me an updated program every week. And it's just this, like a spreadsheet for 4 days worth of training. And it changes after a certain amount of time, but the weight's always going up. If it's not 2.5 to 5 kgs or 7 kgs per week. And I do credit him to getting my bench up because he's changed the program, seen certain, just tweaked little things in regards to certain ways I was doing things. Instead of just being one of those island boys that's go and squeeze and lift it, you just put yourself in a position where you can actually control it a bit more and know that you can push through it.
Was that your hips and feet?
Hips and feet, yeah, locking it out. And
weren't you locking it out?
Yeah. am now. But yeah, so I credit him to get my bench up and my deadlift as well. So,
that's awesome.
Tom, so with the competitions that you have been in, what have you seen has been the difference? Because one, you've been really successful in them. What's been that point of difference with you and the other competitors as you've sort of started to come through the ranks?
that's a good question.
Yeah. So the good one will be that the last champs last year in Christchurch.
Yeah, the last nationals, eh?
Yeah. So Tom was actually going up against what's the coach's name? What's his name? Your coach now,
Jordan.
Going up against his guy.
Yeah.
So that was the difference. So we're the old style. We're going up against the other guy, which is his colleague now. Is he lifting with you too?
No.
Yeah. So Jordan had a competitor in his weight group last year in the New Zealand champs, and it was like, what was it, from toe to toe, and the weight, they were just challenging each other right through.
Yeah, he was a bigger lifter, so he was in the 105 category, 103 category.
Yeah.
So he squatted a little bit more than me, and he could deadlift probably 20 kgs more than me. But because my bench was bigger, I had to bench 155 or 160, I think it was. And then for him to beat me, he had to deadlift 275 based on his weight and his score. So he did the 270 in his last lift. He had to get 275, but he just couldn't do it. So that kept me above him. I think that sort of,
and then you got the overall,
and that's how I won overall out of everyone.
Out of everyone, all the men,
even the ones that could bench press 200 kgs, because their weight calculated to them that they should be able to push that sort of weight. It made me overall.
Because this year you've done some comps since last September.
I've done the regionals and a deadlift comp.
So the regionals, where was that?
That was here at 318. So we
host, yeah, that's right. You took that.
So 318 generally hosts a couple of competitions a year, or they try to anyway. And yeah, I try and always enter the local ones and try and keep that belt, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. What is how much time? What's preparation like in terms of getting ready for a competition? How many weeks? What is it like? And then what are you looking at in terms of over that time to make sure you're at peak performance for the day?
Yeah, so the training never really stops because the blocks are just, they're sort of 8 to 10 week blocks, sometimes 12-week blocks, but then sometimes the actual workout itself changes, like as opposed to we get a lot of dumbbell movement, or he just changes all of that sort of stuff a little, just to change, just to keep things a bit more interesting. So the training is always on. So usually 12 weeks is a normal block, but yeah, it's just every day, 4 days a week.
4 days a week.
Yeah, and usually I try and make it 2 hours.
2 hour sessions.
Oh, 2 hour session.
Oh,
But
Do you stretch in
it's-
those sessions?
Sometimes it's longer.
Do you stretch in those sessions?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
that's good.
We have to warm up,
That's
but
good.
a lot of that is just rest time as well, because you want to take every time you're going up with your warm ups, you need to have that break. At least 5 minute break between sets. So that's what eats up the time, and then you're having a cordial with everyone else there, and that
Oh, yeah. Banter.
yeah,
Bit of
bit of
bantering.
banter, yeah, catching up.
You're lucky I'm not there.
Yeah, you're never getting anything done.
so those 4 sessions, are they identical, or they're broken up into terms of
Yeah.
different bits and pieces?
Yeah, so they're broken up. So it's bench every day, but different sorts of bench. So you got spotto bench, which you're not bringing it down. You've got long pause bench, and then you've got comp bench, and then just normal bench is just a push. And then the squats, you've got normal squat, you've got high bar squat, which is back squats. You've got pause squats. So each of those days are always different. So it's not repetitive in a way. And then you've got deadlifts, and then you've got floating deads. And then you've got accessories on top of that as well after those main lifts. So
what's
always,
accessories?
So the accessories are dumbbell workouts,
The machine
work, triceps, and a lot of pull downs, shoulder pull downs. So
Yeah.
which we try not to skip, but sometimes you skip accessories because you've done all the heavy stuff.
Done all the heavy
it gets a bit
compound
late
stuff,
sometimes, and
yeah.
get a bit hungry.
Of course.
So is there cardio? No.
Yeah, walking up to the gym is a bit of cardio.
Okay. Yes, because it's a bit of a hill.
It's a bit of
Bit of a drive.
but yes and no. But sometimes the high rep stuff can be a bit of cardio, especially with the squats.
Yeah. During the competition, it was interesting when we were talking with Lydia about her approach in terms of going for a particular lift or that, and what she did. When she had music or all that stuff in the background. What's your sort of method and approach in terms of during the competition?
You're going onto the platform.
Yeah. So all I do is I just zone out. I sit down in my spot. There's a lot of noise. I'm not one to listen to music because it can be sort of distracting. I do have my music there sometimes, but I never use it. It's always sitting in my bag. But what I do, just focus on what I need to do. Sit there, just say hi, and really I'm just there by myself.
True.
In
I
my
used to sit
zone.
with you when I was coaching
Yeah.
on the bench with you and just
Yeah.
trying to
Just always sit there. Don't walk around because you overexert yourself.
that's
Sometimes
right.
you get a bit excited, and then sometimes you get out there and it's like, oh, what was I meant to do? So all I do is I just sit there, just pay attention to what's going on a little bit, and then just focus on what I need to do next.
Because it is technical, eh?
Yeah, and don't worry about the number. As the coach always said, this guy,
Don't worry
don't
about
just squeeze and pull or push.
it. Squeeze.
Even though
the
I've never
bar.
hit that number before, so I try not to look at the board or the
I
scoreboard
used to
or
play
see
the
what.
numbers on you, eh?
Yeah, big time. And then that sort of trained me to not worry about things like that because you get a bit distracted.
Yeah.
And then you lose focus, and then you're thinking about other things, and so I just tend to just block it out, and just sit there and focus on what's next.
Cool.
Well. So coming up in the next few weeks, you're making your way over to South Africa to compete for New Zealand. How are you feeling right now?
Yeah, so I was very anxious and nervous. I wasn't actually going to actually put my name forward for selection because South Africa is so far away. Get a bit homesick, or I'm a homeboy. I like things a bit closer to home because 10 days away is on the other side of the world can be a bit daunting in a place like that. But then the excitement came because, with the selection of making New Zealand team,
Yep.
And everyone else congratulating you and telling you how, they're proud of you for making this.
How
And
awesome you are.
yeah, and that was the next step, was an international competition. And
Ah.
as this guy always said, that's the next step.
That's
You've
the
got to
next
do
step. I keep saying, next
Um,
step, man, next step.
it. So to be selected and do this competition, this champion, the Commonwealths and the World. So I qualify, for the Commonwealths and the Masters Worlds at the same time. So I've got a chance of making a podium on both comps if I'm good enough if I get all my lifts. So if not one, there's two. So a lot of people can only lift at one of them, but I've got a chance at doing both of them. So I took it.
Oh, what an awesome achievement, man.
With,
Yes.
Tom, with this being your first international competition, what do you think are the key things for you in terms, like you talked about being away? It'll be a sort of slightly sort of different environment. What are sort of the core things you sort of got in mind as you prepare, and what you'll sort of take with you?
I think I'll lean on some of the team, especially Lydia, because this is not her first rodeo. The coach, he's awesome, and just knowing that there's other Kiwis there as well. I think there's about 40 of us going over,
Nice.
but I think there's also there's a lot of other people from all over the world as well going to be there in the Commonwealth. So that atmosphere is sort of going to distract me, maybe. Well, I think it will, and I'm actually very excited to get there now and just get it done and see what it's like and see what I can do, because I think I'm just going to leave it all on the floor at this one,
That's the way.
and just squeeze it all out. So the preparation for me to get there has been awesome, and especially with sponsors and that sort of stuff too. So that was another part of it. The money side, can be quite hard and a bit daunting.
It's self-funding, eh?
Yeah, it's self-funded, so
Yep.
that's the only thing. But got some good people behind me as well.
Yeah. I see you had the your clothing. What do you
Yes,
call it?
so we put out some t-shirts,
t-shirts and hoodies.
and hoodies. I jumped on Lydia's bandwagon because that's what she does, and I thought of straight away. I always thought of snowy lifts in there with 3 of my lifts in there as a silhouette, and what they came up with was what's coming out in, I think, a week or two possibly. So, and I think it looks pretty good.
Oh,
Got
yeah, it does.
got sponsors on the back
awesome.
as well, so just to show the support and say
And,
thank you.
and you've still got the what's the other link going, eh? The
Oh, we've got a give a little page.
give a
Yeah.
little page still
Give a little
going.
page, which
So-
is going to sort of help us get us across the line as
Yep.
well, which will help
Oh.
with all the
Yeah,
action
sorry,
that
Tom.
needs to be paid for.
Tom, I just wanted to ask you too, because obviously, you got a young family and your wife and that. How do they think? What are their? Do they treat you the same? Like you're a New Zealand champ. You're right up there with the best. How, is there any special treatment from your wife? And it must have been hard when you weren't. Before that, eh? I mean, going to training and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know about special treatment, but
Still the same.
So when you're getting home, no, chores still need to be done, but I think my family are proud of what I have achieved for an over 45-year-old, 40-year-old.
Yeah.
So I think they are proud, but there's no bright lights on me or anything like that. No one's over.
Yeah.
So
you know what I mean?
you passed that hurdle while you first started training to scare the boys away from your daughter.
Yeah.
But
But yeah.
With that big chest.
So the boys,
they know who you are now.
yeah, they know who I am.
Ooh, the champ.
All those college boys know who I am.
Hey, and saying that, good question to who with regards to family. I can remember Tom's dad, Papa Snow,
Yes.
come to his first comp, bruh.
Oh, yeah.
Wow, he was freaking out. He's looking at me. He's like, "Is he
What are
gonna
you doing
lift
to my
that?"
son?
Yeah, he's going, "Is he gonna lift that?
Yeah.
He's gonna lift it. You watch." Yeah, no, he
He
oh,
loved it. He loved it.
Yeah, he was just, oh man, you could just see it
Blown
in
away,
his
eh?
eyes, eh?
Yeah.
Blown away.
He enjoyed it very
Yeah.
much.
Yeah, he couldn't believe it what he
Yeah.
was doing. I said, "Yeah,
Yeah.
he's gonna lift all day." So he's like, "Hey,
Yeah.
you can't even do my lawns."
Yeah, I'm like, you know, bro, Tom, you know, because you know you're a Poriro boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, us three are from Poriro as well. You know, we grew up here, and Wahimo is a special street, bro, because there was a few representatives from New Zealand, the Jacksons, the two brothers, Sini and Pi Jackson. They played for the junior Kiwis as well. So you know, now you
True.
representing New Zealand. So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Wahima, they had the other brothers like the Salofa brothers.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
Also some of the like Pinga, Laulu, the other Laulu brothers. So the Jensen brothers. There was a few, you know, the Cummings,
Yeah.
the Cumming brothers, and
Yeah.
also the McGee's. So
It was a big family.
there's a lot of
Cummings,
families
G7
that
McGee's,
come
yeah.
from Wahima.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, you know, and
Yeah.
it's
No.
you're one of the
Taking me
prodigy.
back, bro. They're taking me back.
Yeah,
Those
yeah.
were the days. Oh, right. And I'm sure they could tell you a few stories about what went on that street too,
yeah.
especially with Papa Snow, or especially
Oh,
with
yeah.
the old man the way he was. You know what I mean?
Well, true.
Yeah.
He was,
Hey,
he was a hard man growing up, but that was all good. That's
He's the
that's
Atuan
what
boy,
it
was
is,
he?
eh?
The
Yeah.
warrior.
Yeah.
Shout out to Uncle Tom. Shout out to to
Papa
Dad.
Snow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, anyone who inspired, like, do you have any inspirations within the family, or that motivated you to do what you're doing in the sport of powerlifting? Because my one was my dad and mum, mum and dad.
Yeah, my dad actually,
Mm.
just to show how strong he was to actually bring us all up
Aye.
by himself. You know, as a solo man, as an orderly from Newtown. That's where we grew up in the Twin Towers of Newtown. Moved out to Porora when we were 5, or before I was 5, and then went to Tairangi. But to see him and do, obviously with the upbringings that we've had, you learn a lot. You know, you walk that, and you just try and change certain things about what could or might have happened. But it's just want to give him the shout out and make him proud and just
Oh, he's proud of you, bro.
yeah,
I've seen that.
yeah, just be strong like how he was,
Right.
and go not through the battles that he had, because obviously it was a bit different with the way he was, you know, broken English, always working hard, being the caretaker that he was,
Yeah.
and me being the oldest in our household, it was you always had to sort of take it for the team, if you know what I mean.
Sure.
Yeah. So
That's me.
that takes me back the old Waihemo days, bro.
Yeah.
66 Waihemo.
So, we know you're a New Zealand tag, flag, whatnot. What's the other sports you've played?
So I actually played rugby for Paraparumu as well.
Oh,
Got recruited by Sonny McBride. Yeah. I was part of the 2014
Waikanae.
three-peat champions.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, that's right.
So
Yeah.
that was the Horowhenua Kapiti, the Rams Botham Cup. I don't know where Waikanae was at that stage. I
Right.
think they were bottom of the table.
Wow.
You're going through
Nah.
You know, when the old fellas leave, you've got to start rebuilding.
Yeah. Well, that's what happened with Paraparumu now. But I was part of that. And I played basketball as well
Wow.
for the local comp here in Paraparumu. So with my son. Which
That's
was always a
right.
good thing.
That's right. So you
Tom,
went to, sorry.
So Tom, look, you've been pretty active right through. It sounds like, you know, through your life, you've sort of maintained and kept sort of really active. What's been the secret in terms of your own well-being journey?
Another good question, bro. Yeah, so it's just trying to keep focused on being healthy for my family, and yeah, just carrying on doing what I do because I had having young kids at that time. You wanted them to sort of look up to you, and they're always watching what you're doing, especially my son and my daughter. And I wanted them to sort of aspire to be, not lazy, but just always have goals and finish what you're doing, and complete it. And if you're going to be involved in something, be involved. Like if you're in a team sport, always show up to trainings and that sort of stuff as well. So you're always there. So yeah, I'm just trying to eat healthy as well.
Didn't you say you sort of had a stint with St George as well, just like how we
Well,
were
when I was
St
growing
George
up,
students?
yeah. So
Another dragon, eh?
Wow.
Another Dragons.
So growing up with the Cummings on, who used to live behind us, so I used to just tag along with them to rugby league trainings, and that was at Russell School.
Russell.
Is it Astrolabe?
Where's Russell?
Yep.
And Tame Street.
Pantene.
down
Yeah,
there.
that's it. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. Maybe.
So that's where the trainings were. So I used to tag along with them, and a lot of the boys back in the day used to just play with them as well.
Do you remember who the coaches were?
I can't
Cookie.
remember.
Cookie.
He was a cookie. Yep.
No, I mean Cookie Bear, Charlie.
Charlie Tour.
Probably. But I remember he had a Trans Am car with a hawk on the bonnet, which was always the cool part about playing for St George. Yeah.
What grade? What age group?
I was under 12s back then.
Under 12s and Russell.
Yeah, Russell School. And then I played for Waitai Vikings for the under 14s, I think it was. And we had a pretty strong team. I think I was the fastest in that grade as well. So
Yeah, this guy's pretty fast. He was a winger.
I'm sure some of the boys will think, whatever. But
Pretty fast. Pretty fast.
make the tackles, bro.
I remember calling you adamant.
Yeah.
Cool,
So
man.
you told us you went to school in, was it Tairangi?
Tairangi School.
I think in primary.
Colleges. You went to, you attended.
I went to Porirua College, yep. I was
PC.
there.
Go BC.
Yeah, PC was good times.
Did you only go to PC?
No, then I finished my college days at Viard.
That's right. And I believe you were in the first 15 when there were.
So
at
first
the
trials, I
Element.
actually made the first 15, and I was the smallest in that team. And I played with a lot of big boys.
Big soldiers like the Calamity brothers.
Yeah.
Civilios.
Civilios, yeah. So I was on the wing, but yeah, those were the hard days. I always try to run away from them. That was why.
Wow. Was that when you guys pretty much like won a lot of that grade, eh?
Yeah, they were there for 5 years.
Oh,
For 5 years.
wow.
Yeah. 5 years in a row.
I didn't get to play first 15s. Didn't like rugby.
Iron Cross. There was the Iron
good.
Cross. Yeah, the Iron Cross games against. I think it was Mana College at those days.
Sure.
Those were the hard games. Those ones far out. But I tend to just fake an injury.
You still do.
Actually, that's probably one question I was keen to ask Tom. Just in terms of like with lifting and that, how do you, in terms of how do you sort of keep yourself injury free? And then if you do have injuries, how do you sort of manage them when you're either preparing for a comp or, in preparation or getting close?
Well, I actually just had an injury about 2 weeks ago. I pulled my hemi while in the gym, doing Russian deadlifts. So it's a bit of it's a hemi sort of a glute workout, but I got a bit lazy on the second set, and it was quite heavy, and it just tweaked my right hemi. So so mentally it sort of really pissed me off. And just had to rehab that by lessening the load and just resting. which is the hard part because when you're resting, you get a bit, not like a couch potato, but you just get a bit lazy and you just can't be bothered doing certain things, but you need to and you want to.
So you do exercise around it, or
Yeah, so I focused
lightly
on
on
lighter loads,
sets? Yeah.
cut out those ones that sort of triggered that injury even more
Yeah.
because of what's coming up. I didn't want it to sort of ruin it.
Any
And
recovery from like a what do you call it? Physio and all that jazz?
yeah, so actually, because I like getting needles, dry needling done,
Mm.
and I found that always helps. Cupping always helped me,
Yeah.
especially with when I used to pull them and tag and stuff like that. It always used to help me. So straight away, as soon as it happened, I got needles done.
Yeah.
2 days in a row, got cupping done. That sort of relieved a little bit, and then just rest and stretch.
Yeah.
A lot of water, a lot of aminos, and just try and not mentally get down, about the injury because it can sort of drain you.
Mm.
Yeah.
Well, I found it does for me anyway because, it's annoying. But I got there. I've recovered from it, and when it comes to sort of training, you sort of think about it. Is it going to go? And you don't need that while you're training because it can sort of trigger it. So you try and
Yeah.
avoid that. And now with the coach, he hit me up just last night. He goes, "Can you feel anything?" I went, "No," and I'm not even thinking about it. So that helps a lot
Yeah.
with recovery. So,
So do you rub it down before you start as well?
yeah,
No?
deep heat now, the old deep heat, mate.
Yeah.
Can't beat it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Some
And
old
definitely
remedy.
warm up.
Deep
Ice cold
heat.
bath.
I
Ice
try,
bath.
yeah, the ice bath. Now I try and avoid those.
Yeah.
I'm a
No,
spa man.
it's a really good insight, and also
Yeah.
just you're sharing how you sort of try and think through it too in terms of your mental mind as well.
Well, that's 99% of it, is the mental part of it, because that's why you show up or you don't show up. You know,
Yeah.
you just got to be disciplined enough to just see through it, see past it, and know why you're doing this. Because what else would you be doing? Well, that's me anyway.
Oh, that's right.
I'd probably be just sitting at home doing DIY.
You're still trying to do DIY.
Standing.
Tom,
Yeah.
Tom, this question here, bro. You got any advice to those who are looking to take up powerlifting like yourself? Like, people are watching, they'll be, being encouraged from what you're sharing. So, you got any tips or any advice that you could share to them?
Just be prepared to, if you really want to build strength, it's a good way of getting in there and just driving yourself. So like it helps with me. It helped to mentally prepare for not just the gym, but everything else and work and everyday life because you're focused on yourself. You're disciplined enough to know what you're doing. So you carry on. But if you really want to build muscle, get stronger, it's a good way of getting there, if that makes sense. Because really, I just get in there and focus on what I need to do, and if you're focused enough, you'll do it. And it can be a bit time consuming, but if the wife lets you, then go for it. Because
That's
2 hours, 2 hours in the gym, man, whew,
4
it
nights a week.
can be a long time.
That's 8 hours,
Um,
mate.
but the end game for me is always to just be stronger for my family.
Yeah.
Um,
And
and no,
yourself. And yourself.
yeah, that just comes with it, I think. But it's really just to be stronger for my family because it's getting a bit crazy out there in this world, and I want to be able to be focused on not only work life but family as well, and know that I can protect them if I need to and when I need to.
And do you take time out for yourself? Like you'll step out, just relax. And,
Sometimes when I get the chance, it's just go for a walk or a bike ride. I've got a little nifty 50 I like to ride.
That's not a bike ride.
But
That's the bloody nifty 50.
yeah, nifty 50, man. Just go for a cruise, get the wind in your hair. But I like to go for a mountain bike ride as well. But meaning to jump on with the Basakili boys,
bike ride.
but never get the invite.
Right. We've always send you the invite. Always got excuses.
Well, hopefully, we could go up for a ride because I've just started.
CSP.
With the boys, with Tiodi and Shane. When at a later date, probably when you're free, but
when you've won your worlds.
Yeah.
Because I could actually do with some cardio.
No, you
And
don't
the
need
bike ride is always a good form of it.
You don't need the cardio right now, mate.
What summer's coming too.
Yeah.
Are you below your body weight? Are you below the competition weight at the moment?
Yes, yeah. So I'm about 82 kgs. So anywhere between 81 and a half and 82 kgs. So and that's my fasting weight.
Yeah. So Tom, how far are we off the championships? When do you travel?
So the 3rd of October we fly out.
And
that is Wellington to Sydney, Sydney to Dubai, Dubai to Joburg, and I lift on the 8th of October. So it gives me enough time to acclimatise to the thin air, I think it is in Joburg.
So when do you think you arrive over at Joburg? Like you leave here on the 3rd, you get there
on the 4th.
Oh yeah, yeah, acclimatise.
Yeah, 4th of October we arrive in Joburg, and then I've got 4 days to get ready and smash it out.
Smash it out.
Should be good. Can't wait because it's been a long time coming, but the time has flown, so it's only around the corner now.
Yeah.
Just gotta enjoy the time, bro, when you're there.
Yeah. Was a bit apprehensive about it at first, but like I said, it's sinking in now.
Yep.
with
the whole competition. So it's I can't wait. I'm actually looking forward to it.
Look, with the travel too, with the pool of potential lifters in that, have you got any sort of knowledge of who you'll be lifting against, who will be there in terms of countries represented?
Right. Yeah, so I have had a sneak peek on Good Lift, and it has the Commonwealth lifters in my grade, or the whole male. You can look at both of them, male and female, and there's 2 South Africans in my grade, Scottish, Sri Lankan. I think there's about 8 or 10 lifters I'm competing against.
Wow.
And Masters 83 kgs. And there's, I think I'm 3rd on the list, but I think my bench is probably going to hopefully see me right. But I've got to, it's a tricky one because it's always on the day when it comes to lifting.
Yeah.
And anything could happen. So,
just the one.
But I'm going there to be the best.
Yeah, definitely. Go there with your goal set.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, Tiali, where are we?
So where are we? So we're speaking about sponsorship. Obviously you still need sponsorship prior to you going on the 3rd of October. So if anyone's out there listening, watching, get a hold of Tom on his Facebook page or his Snowy Lifts, or even send a message to the crew here at BloodSweat&Talanoa.
And we'll make sure we get the link to the Give a Little page as well. Yep, and we can post that up too.
Yeah, that would be very muchly appreciated. Thanks, you guys. You just want to plug some of the sponsors as well. MTF Finance Kapiti, who've helped me.
It's your employer?
Yeah, he's my boss. Yeah, jumped on board with me a little bit. He's actually really proud and happy.
Yeah.
They're just happy to jump on board and help me represent NZ, Aotearoa. Stat Contracting jumped on board as well,
yeah.
and Vision Motors, who are in Porirua as well.
Means
He's part of the
Nice.
Portage Cars group, so
one of your clients.
yeah, he
Sure.
helps. Yeah, he sends out. Yeah. So a lot of them have bought a few of the tops as well, the hoodies and t-shirts. So
Yeah.
We'll try and stock up on those if the pre-orders are finished now. I think the link is still there, but the pre-orders are finished. But if you
still order.
If you still order, the first batch have already been sent off for printing, so they shouldn't be too far away now. And then, depending on how the second lot goes, we'll see what we can do.
Yep. And I think we've had them up on the page, and we'll continue to plug the link as well.
Cool.
Yeah, awesome. So I guess that's bringing us near the end here, Tom. So on behalf of Blood, Sweat and Talanoa, we'd like to thank you for sharing your stories, your journey with us, from where you were brought up and then obviously through the powerlifting side of things, and sharing your stories regarding the family. That's was an awesome.
Thank you for having me on the show. It's the first time for me to do something like this. So I actually, when I was offered or invited a couple of weeks ago, I was sort of mentally trying to prepare for it. Because it can be quite daunting, but talking with you boys, it's a brotherhood, and it's
P-Town.
That's it, right?
P-Town. It could have been probably a bit more well versed from my half, but it's all learnings.
That's
and,
it.
And hopefully I can jump on here again with some.
Of course.
Yes, that's right.
Results.
We'll definitely do a follow up with you and Lydia. You guys have come back from Joburg, and hopefully come back with medals. But hey,
I'll just for me, I just want to, just like Tiare, I really want to thank you, bro, for just coming on and joining the crew and accepting, but also just how humble you are, and just listening to you, bro. It's just because my memory of you, man, is your dad. You guys, and your siblings always walking or doing stuff with your dad, and bro, just it's just an awesome sight to see you and see what you're doing and with your life at this time and representing our country, bro, and also with the flag, bro. So it's 2 reps, bro. Man, congratulations! It's a blessing. And obviously, for me, thinking about those dates, the 8th, I'll be praying for you, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I think there will be a live stream. I think there's a live stream for it, but I appreciate that.
So don't forget to take your 3 flags.
3.
You got your New Zealand one, and your cookie one.
I've got the cookie one.
Oh yeah, take that one. Before you go, I'd just like to just share a few te reo. So noho oro mai. Stay well, my friend. Kia kaha, kia toa, kia mana wa nui, kia orana, kia manuia.
Awesome.
Nice,
bro. Nice.
Well, Tom, it's been a pleasure having you on today. Look, congratulations on your success so far in terms of in powerlifting. Our best wishes in terms of the World Championships coming up. We'll definitely be in your corner, and just we'd definitely love to have you back. If you come back twice, you're called a friend of the pod. So you and Lydia will be our new friends of the pod. But really want to just acknowledge you for sharing tonight. I think you've got a fantastic story in terms of just someone who's sort of moved through to this stage of your life. Obviously very strong in terms of those family connections and that as well. So, real pleasure having you on this evening.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Awesome. So look, we'll look to take ourselves out. As you can see down the bottom of the page, we've got at Snowy Lifts in terms of the Facebook, Instagram, and Linktree. We'll put the Give a Little page link on the Facebook page for BST later this evening. And so all of those contacts in terms of that and any support that you can provide, Tom, I know will be greatly appreciated. So look, that sort of takes us out of episode 8 this evening. Like, subscribe on our Facebook page. We're continuing to build our community, so very grateful for the people that are supporting and have become members of the page. And hopefully we'll look to continue to grow that as well. Next week, episode 9, we've got Les Tony on, and we'll talk a little bit about Pacific mental health and also around the Tokelauan community and that as well. Really looking forward to having Lehi on and our next guest for our next episode. So we'll sort of say farewell and we'll see everyone next Tuesday. Mā te wā.
Ka kite, ka kite.
Yep, we're done.